What's up? This is Miss Darcy coming on, making this video just to give my new teachers, veteran teachers, some words of encouragement. And these are my words. Christmas time is here. And I know everyone is excited. All the teachers are excited, and everyone that's in education that gets a break at this time are super excited, especially new teachers. Well, this is our last week. I know some people got out last week, but this is our last week. Tomorrow's our last day, and we will be out for 2 weeks. So I am looking forward to that, and I am ready. The first half of this school year has been challenging, rewarding still, but challenging for me. So I know for new teachers and teachers that may have a class of 30 plus students, I know the school year has been challenging for you as well. So I'm going to say, if you made it to December, congratulations, pat yourself on the back, get you something to drink, and just get you something to eat to go with it, and enjoy yourself and take your break. But while you're doing that, you know how we teachers are. The mind keep running. So even though we're on break, the mind is still in the classroom at some point. Not for the whole entire break, but at some point, your mind goes back to the classroom, because this is the time where when we reflect, or when we should reflect, because we know that we have went from August to December. By now, you know your students. For those that are new, you know your school, you know just about everything about your school. So now is the time where you can reflect. Say to yourself, what changes do I need to make the second half of the school year run smoother? What kind of changes do I need to make? Do I need to make any changes? What did I do that I didn't like the first half? Or how can I do it better the second half? For example, with your teaching, if you're new, you know that first half may not have been going as smoothly as you would like to. You may not have had everything organized the way you want to, as far as your planning and paperwork. You know, we tend to get a lot of paper, less with these last few years, because we're using technology more. Less paper, but some people still use it. So here's the time to organize some things, clean some things out, start fresh for the second half of the school year. Here is some time to, if you want to add more decorations, feel free to add more decorations. You want to take down decorations, feel free to take down decorations. I plan on changing my hallway bulletin board to, I dedicated like, what was it, October to December to science. I teach science and math, so I want to dedicate the bulletin board to math until we start state testing, and I want to put up some encouraging or motivational words of encouragement for the state testing. So be thinking about that as you're on break. Is it the time to do it? Celebrate some, enjoy, but don't put away your markers or your stapler, or don't put away those things, or your ruler just yet. The second half is coming, so you want to be prepared for that. So keep that in mind. Also, remember, as you go back in January, students, you know, pretend to forget expectations, routines, procedures. So you want to review all of those when you return in January. Do not forget to do that. You don't want them to say, oh, I didn't know, I forgot, and now it's on your back. You didn't remind them of your expectations of them when we came back. So make sure you do that. Those are for new and veteran teachers. Remember to review with them. You may want to start off with a review with your content area as well. I don't, the first day back, we don't usually just start back in the curriculum. We usually have maybe a review or something like that to kind of refresh their memory, especially of content that they may have struggled with. So you want to refresh their memory of that first, and then you can go back into your curriculum, because I know a lot of us are on pacing. We don't want to fall too far behind, and then because if that happens, then we won't be able to teach everything that's needed to be taught before state testing, if that's something that you all do. I know we do LEAP testing, so we have a pacing chart to follow. If I don't, if I get too far off pacing to where I can't catch up, then I won't cover everything. And then once again, it falls back on me if they're not prepared for state testing. So you don't want to take too many days to where you dedicated to just reviews. So keep that in mind. Also, anything else that you feel that you need to add in that'll be helpful for your students while you're on break, you may want to research strategies. Strategies help with any content area. I love strategies. One of my favorite concept maps. I love connecting things, especially with science. It's all connected, and it's good to have a visual of the connections of parts of your content area and content areas. I can show how science and math are connected. But keep all of that in mind as you are enjoying your Christmas break. We all need this break. I definitely need it. I just got over sinus infection, so I definitely need this break to give my body a rest, and then I can go back prepared. And then from January, excuse me, from January to May, it's downhill from then. It's downhill. That time passes by so fast. So you wanna, like I said, you wanna get on it and push your students to that last little bit, because once we get into May, they rather want to do anything. So you want to push your students, especially if you have state testing coming up in April or May. Continue to push them until the end. Tell them all. I always tell my students, I need you to give not just 100%, but 110%, and I'll try to give that as well. I try not to ask them to do something that I necessarily wouldn't do. So just keep that in mind. And I'm thinking about my first year of teaching. How was it for me? It was very stressful. I can tell you that, very stressful. Missed a lot of days. Was sick a lot. But I made it to May. With the help of the good Lord, I made it to May. So that's another thing. Always pray. Prayer changes things. Prayer is good, and that should be the first thing to go to. So with that being said, celebrate, but don't forget to reflect. Change things that you can and that you need to, and whatever is working, keep it, and just keep pushing until May. And I will try to come back on here again. I'll try to make videos more often. It's complicated when you're teaching and you have other things going on in your life. And when you get home, you're tired, and the last thing you think about is making videos. But I'll try to come on here more often, because my goal is to help new teachers or any teachers that's struggling. I know what it is, and I know how it is in teaching. This is my 15th year. I know how it is. I don't know everything, but I can tell you from my experience and co-workers' experience and friends and family. I have a sister that's teaching as well. I had an uncle that taught. He's retired, and I also had an aunt that's retired as well. So I know some things. So I'm trying to help where I can, encourage where I can, motivate where I can. So you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and if I don't come back on again, a Happy New Year as well. And that's the Dorset way.